Hello everyone and very good afternoon once again. So in today's class, we are going to start one of the most important chapter, that is time value of money. So let's see who all are live with us now. Om Gupta is there, Ankit Sharma, Ritesh Kumar, Komalpreet Kaur, Sai, then Prakrit Goel, Ruhani, Amit, Amar, great. So welcome everybody, and in if we talk about today's day, so it is one of the important day because today is Chartered Accountant Day and it has been 75 years. So 75 years हो चुके हैं और so congratulations to each and everybody. So you are a part of CA community now. So welcome everyone. So some more people are live now. Ms. Pratima, Palli Harshita, Sriviti, Pavitra, Suparva, Kavita, Gagan, Pathak Jignesh, Apurva, Rangama, Pooja, Prem, Devi Jyoti, Niranjan, Soed, Shilpa, Suraj, Riddhi, Ritu, Hamsini, great. Santosh, Anand Goyal, Chandana Gupta, Mohammad, Vidushi, Gautam, Khushi, great. So too many people are live now because this is one of the most important chapter. So let us begin. And those who have joined us now, happy CA day to everyone. So today you have to study hard, you have to study important chapter. So let's begin. So this chapter is completely all about money. ये पूरा की पूरा chapter money से connected है. It is all about money. So in this chapter, we will be dealing with how how do we invest our money, or what are the different ways in which we can invest and earn interest on that. So how do we calculate the simple interest? How do we calculate compound interest? What about the recurring deposits? एंड सो ऑन. तो इस पूरे चैप्टर में हम मनी से रिलेटेड जो प्रैक्टिकल एस्पेक्ट्स है, जो प्रैक्टिकल कॉन्सेप्ट है, वो हम पढ़ने वाले हैं. सो टाइम वैल्यू ऑफ मनी का मतलब बेसिकली किससे है कि वो पैसा जो हम आज रिसीव करने वाले हैं, अगर वही पैसा कोई हमें 1 साल के बाद ऑफर करे तो क्या हमें कोई फर्क पड़ेगा या नहीं पड़ेगा. सो लेट्स से अ पर्सन, किसी पर्सन से हम 1000 रुपीज मांगते हैं आज की डेट में. अब वो पर्सन एक तो हमें आज 1000 रुपये देता है और दूसरा है कि वो 1 साल के बाद 1000 देता है. तो कौन सा बेटर? ऑफ कोर्स आज जो हमें 1000 रुपीज मिलेंगे दैट इज बेटर, बिकॉज आज जो मिल रहा है वी कैन इन्वेस्ट दैट मनी. लेट्स से द रेट ऑफ इंटरेस्ट इज 10%. तो 1 साल के बाद ये 1000 ग्रो होके कितना बन जाएगा? दिस विल बिकम 1100 आफ्टर 1 year. एंड द सेकेंड ऑप्शन वाज टू रिसीव मनी आफ्टर 1 year, कि 1 साल के बाद हम कितना रिसीव करेंगे? 1000. सो ऑफ कोर्स टुडे ऑप्शन इज बेटर बिकॉज उसमें 1 साल के बाद 1100 रुपीज बन जाएगा, जबकि यहाँ पर ओनली 1000 रुपीज है. तो जितना पहले रिसीव होता है उसकी वैल्यू उतनी ज्यादा है. जो मनी पहले रिसीव होगी उसकी वैल्यू ज्यादा होगी और जो मनी बाद में मिलेगा उसकी वैल्यू कम होगी. दिस इज नोन एज टाइम वैल्यू ऑफ मनी. तो जो टाइम पे मिलेगा या जितना जल्दी मिलेगा दैट विल हैव मोर वैल्यू. Why it is more valuable? Because we will be able to earn more interest on that money. उस मनी के ऊपर हम ज्यादा इंटरेस्ट अर्न कर सकते हैं. That is why there is a time value of money. तो यहाँ पर हमें समझ आता है कि समय की भी कीमत होती है. There is a time value of money. Okay? All right. So Dipanshu is asking some other chapter questions. See, today we are in the flow of time value of money. So we will be discussing this chapter today, and your doubt you can ask in your group, okay, in your application. We will be answering there. So let us begin with the practical aspect of the topic. So there are some key terms. First term is interest. Now, what is the meaning of the term interest? Interest is simply the price paid by the borrower for the use of lender's money. Let's say Rahul has given has given money to Mahi. Rahul has given money to Mahi. Now, how much Rahul has given? Rahul has given 1000 rupees for 1 year. Now, what he will do? Mahi will use this money for 1 year, and after that, Mahi will return rupees 1000. But what will Rahul say? You have used my money, and since you have used my money, you have to pay something in return. कि 1000 के अलावा आपको कुछ extra pay करना पड़ेगा. So that extra price is known as interest. So interest is simply the price paid by the borrower for the use of lender's money. So let's say Mahi is paying rupees 100 additional for interest. So this 100 rupees is the interest which Rahul is charging from Mahi and which Mahi is giving to Rahul for the usage of money. So money को use करने के लिए जो हमें पैसा देना पड़ता है, that is known as interest. तो इंटरेस्ट वी आर वेरी मच फैमिलियर. जैसे अगर किसी पर्सन ने होम लोन लिया है फॉर ₹20 lakhs, बट इन रिटर्न उसको 20 lakhs से ज्यादा देना पड़ेगा. लेट्स से ही इज रीपेइंग इन ईएमआई एवरी मंथ इंस्टॉलमेंट, एंड टोटल अगर हम एक्चुअली लेट्स से कैलकुलेट किया एंड द पर्सन हैज पेड 27 lakhs. टोटल उसने 10 years के लिए लिया लोन एंड 27 lakhs पे कर दिया. So the additional 7 lakhs which the person is paying is known as interest. तो जो भी एडिशनल अमाउंट हमने रीपे किया है that is known as interest. Okay. So one example is given in this paragraph also. So let us understand this. Like suppose you borrow or lend rupees 50,000 for a year. 1 year के लिए let's say हमने पैसा borrow किया. Then you pay rupees 55,000 after 1 year. और एक साल के बाद हमने 50 के प्लेस पे कितना पे कर दिया? 55,000 पे कर दिया है. So the difference of rupees 5,000 is known as the interest which we have paid. So this is the interest. All right. Now, second term is the principal. Now, what is the meaning of the term principal? It means the initial value. It is the initial value of lending or borrowing. तो जो भी हमने lend किया है या जो borrow किया है, उस amount को हम बोलते हैं principal. So in the above example, 50,000 जो हमने borrow किया था, that is known as the principal. तो प्रिंसिपल इज सिंपली द अमाउंट बोरोड, जितना लोन लिया है या जितना लोन दिया है, दैट इज नोन एज प्रिंसिपल. ओके. So there is one more example. If you deposit rupees 20,000 in your bank account for 1 year, so this amount invested or amount deposited will become the principal. Okay. Then rate of interest. Now rate of interest क्या होता है इसको भी समझ लें. The rate at which interest is charged for a defined length of time and for the usage of principal on yearly basis is known as rate of interest. So rate of interest means किस rate से हम interest charge कर रहे हैं. So let's say if we are charging at the rate of 5% per annum. PE means per annum. That is 1 year के लिए rate कितना है? 5%. If we have borrowed 20,000, then how much interest will be there? So 20,000 multiplied by 5%. So 1,000 will be the interest. 1,000 will be the interest for 1 complete year. All right. Now, what is accumulated amount or balance? Accumulated amount means the principal plus interest. So when we add principal and interest, we get amount, and it is also known as the balance. So in the above example, we have seen that 20,000 is the principal. Interest is rupees 1,000. So therefore, amount will be 20 plus 1, that is 21,000. Okay. So this is the accumulated amount. So Pratik Kumar is asking how to use the application and how to ask the doubt. So you have to just download the application, then you will be registered in one group, and in that group you will be able to ask your questions. Okay. Okay, now let us begin with simple and compound interest. So the chapter is having three parts, out of which the first part is simple interest, second portion will be compound interest, and third will be annuity. Okay, so we are having three sessions overall for this chapter. So today is the first session. So mainly we will be covering simple interest today. Okay, and if possible, some basics of compound interest. All right. So let us begin with simple interest today. Now, simple interest का मतलब क्या है and what are the different formulas to calculate the simple interest. So let us write the formula. Simple interest is equal to principal multiplied by I. I is rate of interest and multiply by time. That is number of years. Principal into rate into interest. And what is I basically? I is rate divided by 100. Rate divided by 100. If let's say the rate is 10%, then I we will write 10 upon 100, that is 0.1. If let's say rate is 5%, we will be writing 5 upon 100, so 0.05. Okay, and the same formula you might have read in your lower classes also. So in some books it is written as principal into rate into time divided by 100. So basically this R upon 100 is written as I. It is denoted as I. All right. So this is the first formula for simple interest. Now, second thing is we have to calculate amount. So amount is equal to principal plus interest. Or you can write in this form also, interest is equal to amount minus principal. Interest is equal to amount minus principal. Now, there is one more way for expanding the formula and writing in another way. Amount is equal to. Now, in place of principal, you can write the formula for principal. Sorry, for interest. So principal is P. In place of interest, we can write the formula for interest. That is PIT. Now take common. Principal is common. 1 plus I into T. This is the amount. This is the amount. So in this way, you can calculate amount. Okay. Amount is equal to principal 1 plus IT. So these are the formulas which we have to use. So let us begin with the first example. How much interest will be earned on rupees 20,000? So here it is very much important to see what figures are given in the question. Always आपको पहले क्या देखना है, question में कौन कौन सी values given है, and accordingly we will be using the formula. So the first value given is rupees 2,000. So how much interest will be earned on rupees 2,000? So here we have to here what is given? Principal. This is basically principal. At 6% per annum, 6% is the rate of interest, and for 2 years is the time period. So let us calculate interest. Simple interest equal to principal is 2,000, then I is 6 upon 100 multiplied by time. Time is 2 years. Now let's calculate. It is coming 240 rupees. This is the simple interest. Okay, so this is the first example, and the same concept you might have done in your lower classes, that is class number 8 and 9. So this is the same concept, same formula. So principal multiplied by interest multiplied by time. Now, second one. Sanya deposited rupees 50,000 in a bank. So this amount deposited is basically the principal. For 2 years, so 2 years is the time period, and at 5.5% per annum. So this is a rate of interest, we can say. How much interest would she earn? So let's apply the formula. Simple interest is equal to 50,000 multiplied by rate is 5.5 divided by 100, and then time is 2 years. Now you can compute and let me know the answer. Ankit is asking, can we denote time as n? Yes, no problem. You can write anything. No worries. Rohit is asking, आज पूरा chapter खत्म हो जाएगा? No. Today we will be doing only simple interest portion. Okay. And if time is left, then we can start with compound interest. But today will be only one portion. So what is the final answer? 5,500. 5500. This is the simple interest. Okay. Yes, everyone has given the answer. Gangama has given, Mansi, Prem has given the wrong answer. Then Komalpreet, Darvish, Saloni, Riddhi, Saksham, Kushi, Om, Suraj, Kavita, Praveen, everyone has given correct. Great. Srinidhi says, I have never seen teacher like you. Your explanation is amazing. Thank you so much. That's great. My pleasure. Okay. So now, example number 3. In example number 2, what will be the final investment? Final investment का मतलब है amount. So if you have to calculate amount, then what is the formula? Principal plus simple interest. Principal is 50,000 and simple interest is how much? 5,500. So therefore, the total amount will be 55,500. This will be the total amount. Okay. So this was example number 3. Now let's do the fourth one. Kushal is asking how to get exam question C. You will be shared on the application only. It will be coming after a few days. So I will be sharing you that on app. Do not worry. Sachin deposited rupees 1 lakh in his bank for 2 years. सचिन ने रुपीज 1 लाख डिपॉजिट किया है इन हिज बैंक फॉर 2 years at simple interest of 6%. 6% की रेट से how much interest would he earn? So you have to calculate interest and how much will be the final value. So amount is also required. Interest and amount both are required. So let us calculate simple interest first. So what is the principal? 1 lakh. Then rate is 6%. Then time is 2 years. So let us calculate. We are getting 12,000 as the simple interest. Now we have to calculate amount. So principal plus interest. 1 lakh plus 12,000. We are getting 1,12,000. 1,12,000. All right. Now, example number 5. Find the rate of interest if the amount owed after 6 months is 1050 and borrowed amount being 1,000. Yes. So now the language is very, very much important. So what the language is saying, amount after 6 months is 1050. So this is basically amount and the borrowed amount being 1000. So जो भी हमने borrow किया है, that is known as principal. So amount is given, principal is given. So what is amount minus principal? Amount minus principal is known as interest. So what is the interest? Interest is 50 rupees. Interest is 50 rupees. Now time is given. Time is 6 months. If you want to convert into years, you can write 6 upon 12 years. So 6 months means half year. Now what we have to calculate? We have to calculate rate of interest. We have to calculate the rate of interest. So let's calculate. So simple interest is equal to PIT. So in place of simple interest, we can write 50. Principal is 1000, then I, and then multiply by time. Time is in years, so 6 upon 12. Now let's calculate. This is 2. We can cancel this. 2 and this is 500. Therefore, value of I will be 50 upon 500. That is 0.1. So I is equal to 0.1. And if you want to convert this into percentage, multiply by 100. So rate will be 10%. So rate of interest is 10%. So Varun Verma has given 10% answer. Komal Preet has given 2.1. Anand has given 10%. Saksham 10%. Darvish 10%. Great. Understood, everyone? So in this case, we have applied the formula in simple interest. If you want, you can calculate by another formula. Amount is equal to principal 1 plus IT. This formula can also be used. What is the amount? 1050. Principal is 1000. Then 1 plus IT. I is as it is, and time is half year. Now you can simplify and get the result. So answer will be same in both the cases. So 1050 divided by 1000 is equal to 1 plus 0.5 I. So how much it is coming? 0.050 upon 0.5 equal to I. Therefore, I will be 0.1. So 0.1 means 10%. Okay. So these are the two methods by which you can calculate your rate of interest. All right. Now the next one, sixth. Rahul invested rupees 70,000 in a bank at the rate of 6.5% per annum. So what is given in the question? सबसे पहले ये पता लगाओ राहुल ने इन्वेस्टमेंट किया है. So this invested money is the principal. This is P. And 6.5% per annum. This is the rate of interest. Now he received 85,925. This much is the amount received after the end of the term. So it is amount. This is amount. Now find out the period for which the sum was invested. So we have to calculate the time period, that is T. T is required. So how do we calculate? So there are again two methods. You can apply any of the method of your choice. So simple interest is equal to amount minus principal. Amount is 85,925 minus 70,000. We are getting 15,925. This is simple interest. Now apply the formula for simple interest. So this is simple interest equal to principal 70,000 multiplied by rate 6.5 upon 100 and then multiply by time. Okay. So let's compute, cancel. Now 15925 divided by 706.5. This is time t. So using this, we can calculate time, and time is coming 3.5 years. Time is 3.5 years. So in this way, the time will be calculated, and time will always come in number of years. Okay. Now the seventh one, example 7. Kapil deposited some amount in a bank. Now, how much Kapil has deposited, we don't know. The question says he has deposited some amount. So we don't know the deposit amount. So principal is not available. But for how many years? 7.5 years. So time is given. Rate of interest is also given. And Kapil received 1,01,500. This is the amount. Compute initial deposit of Kapil. So what is required? Principal is required. Okay. So let's calculate. Amount is equal to principal 1 plus IT. Now this formula can be used. Amount is how much? 1,01,500. Principal we don't know. Then 1 plus I is 6 upon 100 and time is 7.5 years. We can write 7.5 also. Now let's calculate. Take the LCM 100 plus 45 upon 100. Now, by doing cross multiplication, 1,01,500 multiplied by 100 upon 145. We are getting rupees 70,000. So this 70,000 is the principal. Okay, this 70,000 is the principal. And this is the amount which was deposited by Kapil. So the simple interest portion is very, very simple. So as the name of the topic is this, it is very, very easy. All right. This was example number 7. Now, similarly, you can try with example number 8. Try with example number 8. It's very easy. Let me know the answer. A sum of rupees 46,875 was lent out at simple interest. So this was basically lent out. So this is known as the principal. And at the end of 1 year, 8 months, it is the time period, the total amount was 50,000. So 50,000 is the amount. Now we have to find out the rate of interest in terms of percent per annum. So this percentage is required. So principal is given, time is given, amount is also given. So let's calculate simple interest is equal to amount minus principal. So 50,000 minus 46,875. How much we are getting? 3,125. 3,125. This is the simple interest. So let us calculate. 3,125 is equal to, now principal multiply by rate and multiply by time. Now, how do we write the time? 1 year, 8 months is given. 1 year, 8 months. So how do we write this? So convert 8 months into years. So 1 year plus 8 months we have to convert into years or divide by 12. So how much we are getting? 2 upon 3. So 1 2 by 3. Or you can write 5 by 3. 3 into 1 plus 2. 5 by 3 can be written. Or there is one more way to write time. See, the time is 1 year plus 8 months. So 1 year is 12 months plus 8. Overall, the timing is 20 months. Overall, the timing is 20 months. So now, if we have to convert it into years, so it will be 20 upon 12 years. 20 upon 12 years. This is the time. Now let us compute I. So 3125 multiplied by 12 upon 46875 and then multiply by 20. So let us calculate and get the rate of interest. So Tanvi has given 4%, Rohani says 4%, Shavi 4%, Bajipta has given 4, Devjyoti, Naveen, Naman. So everyone has given the answer that is 4%. Yes. So 4% is the correct answer. 4% is the correct answer. Now, similarly, you can try with example number 9 also. What sum of money will produce 28,600 as an interest in 3 years and 3 months? What sum of money will produce 28,600 as an interest in 3 years and 3 months? So this 28,600 is known as amount. And this amount is required after 3 years, 3 months. So how do we convert the time? 3 years is 36 months plus 3. So overall 39 months divided by 12. Now it is converted into year. Write the total months and then divide by 12. So we have to calculate the principal. Okay, now this is interest is given. As the language is saying 28,000 as an interest. So this is interest, not the principal. So we have to write simple interest. Now, in place of simple interest, we have to write 28,600 equal to principal multiply by the rate 2.5 and then multiply by the time period 39 upon 12. Now let's simplify. You can cancel with the help of which table? 3. It is 13 and then 4. So principal is equal to 28,600 into 100 into 4 divided by 2.5 and then 13. So how much we are getting? 3,52,000. This is the principal. Okay, this is the principal. Durga Lakshmi says, thank you so much for precise explanation. That's great. Raghu Raman says, thank you so much. I am from Tamil medium and you made my difficulty in maths very easy. And also your simple English make English easy for me. Thank you so much. Great. Wow, so this was commendable. So I think you guys are finding very easy. That's great. That's my pleasure that I'm able to help you out in this subject. And especially this chapter is very, very much important. Average weightage is from 12 to 16 marks. So this chapter is very, very important. Okay. And also on the application, we will be doing many questions from today, especially for this chapter. Okay. On the application, because this chapter requires huge importance and huge practice. So I will be sharing like many questions from today, especially for this chapter, so that you can practice on regular basis. Each and every type of question will be there, easy, medium, and then difficult, which can come in the exams. Okay. So this was question number 9, example number 9. Okay, Angel is asking which application. The name is Students Clinic. Students Clinic. So on this, you will be getting many additional questions, your doubts, and some additional lectures as well. Okay. So you can download this from the Play Store, Students Clinic. Lavya Agarwal says, today is my first class and I'm able to understand maths very easily and I'm from non-maths background. That's great. Okay, all right. So now let us move towards the next example, which is 10. Example number 10. In what time will 85,000 amounts to 157 at 4.5% per annum? So this time we have to calculate the time period. We have to calculate the time period. So principal is 85,000, amount is 157, and rate of interest is 4.5%. Time is required. So let us calculate. Amount is equal to principal 1 plus IT. So in place of amount, we can write 157,675 equal to principal is 85,000. Then 1 plus I is 4.5 upon 100 multiplied by the time period. So time is not available. This we have to calculate. So let us simplify. 157,675 divided by 80,000 and then minus 1 is equal to, or we can write how much? 4.5 upon 100. So there are two ways of writing. One is this dividation, and after that you can take the LCM. So it is 104.5 upon 100 t. Two zeros will be cancelled, and now you can simplify to get the answer. So how much you are getting? 19 years. 19 years. All right. Ruhani says, thanks a lot for your efforts. That's great. Suraj is saying it is paid application. No, it is totally free of cost. Right. So this was example number 10. So all the examples we have completed now. Now let us move towards exercise number 4A. Choose the most appropriate option. Now you have to find which of the following option is correct. Simple interest on 3,500 for 3 years at 12% is. Now, one of the most important thing, now you have to try all these on your calculator. All right. So let us bring your calculator. Take your calculator in the hand. Now see how to solve. Type 3,500 on the calculator. This is principal. Multiply by 12%, right? 12%, and then multiply by 3. The answer will be on your screen. Okay. We have used all the complete formula method. Now you have to do your calculation on your calculator. So on calculator, what you have to do? Type 3,500, then multiply 12%, then multiply by 3. Press equal to. Answer will be available on your screen. Are you getting, guys? So Mansima is saying option number B, Prakriti B, Varun B, 1260. Yes, everyone has given the answer option number B, that is 1260. So simply you have to type these on your calculator and answer will be on your screen. Now, again try the second one. Principal is 5,000, rate is 15, time is 4.5 years, and calculate the interest. So in the same way, type 5,000 on the calculator, then multiply by, rate is 15%. So multiply 15% also you have to press. Then 4.5, it means 4.5. So multiply by 4.5, you will get the answer on your screen. Answer will be available on your screen. Okay. Got it, guys? So what is the answer? Option number A. Yes, everyone has given option number A, 3,375. So this was question number second. Now the third one. It says principal is 5,000, time is given, interest is given. Calculate the rate. Rate is required. So now, if you can do some basic mental ability maths, then you can solve this completely on your calculator. You have to apply the formula in your mind. अगर आप फॉर्मूला अपने माइंड में रख करके अप्लाई कर सकते हैं तो ये पूरा क्वेश्चन आप कैलकुलेटर पे सॉल्व कर पाएंगे. इन केस पूरा फॉर्मूला उसके अंदर वैल्यू ऑफ माइंड में नहीं रख पाते हैं, देन राइट डाउन द फर्स्ट स्टेप एंड देन कैलकुलेट इट ऑन द कैलकुलेटर. ओके. अदरवाइज मैं अगर आपकी जगह पे होता या जब मैंने आपके लेवल के पे जब था तो मैंने कैलकुलेशन कैसे किया. 300 इज द इंटरेस्ट. सो 300 डिनोमिनेटर का जो 100 है इक्वल टू उधर जाएगा, इट विल बी कन्वर्टेड इनटू मल्टीप्लाई. तो 300 मल्टीप्लाई बाय 100 then divided by 5,000 then divided by time. Since the time is 1 year तो divide करने से कोई फायदा नहीं है, डायरेक्टली आपका आंसर आ जाएगा. How much? 6%. Directly you will get the answer 6%. Option number C. So 300 into 100 divided by 5,000, answer is 6%. Okay. Now the next one. Principal is given, amount is given, find simple interest. So amount minus principal, 7,200 minus 4,500. How much we are getting? 2,700. Option number D. Option number D. Sakshi is asking, please repeat question number 3. See, in third question, आपको सेम फॉर्मूला अप्लाई करना है. मैंने सिर्फ इतना बोला, अगर आपको माइंड में कैलकुलेशन कर सकते हैं तो you can apply the formula in mind and type this on your calculator. कैलकुलेटर में सिर्फ इतने से बटन आपको प्रेस करने हैं, आंसर will be on your screen. So 300 multiply by 100 divide by 5,000, you will get 6%. So question number 4 we have done. Next is 5. Principal is 12,000. Amount is 16,500. Time is given 2.5 years. Find out the rate percentage per annum. Rate you have to calculate. So first of all, what will be the interest? Interest will be 4,500. Now again, if you can do the calculation in your mind. So interest is 4,500 multiplied by 100. Then divided by time period. How much is the time period? 2.5 years. And also divided by the principal, which is 12,000. Just type this on the calculator. Interest multiplied by 100 divided by principal divided by time. You will get your rate. So everyone is giving option number A. Komal has given, Vedipta, Naveen, Naman, Rohit, Mansi, Naman, Gangama, Apurva, Divyam, Srishti, Aisha Minal, Prakriti, Saloni, Varun, and Parak. So everyone has given option number A, that is 15%. 15 is the correct answer. All right. Now the next one, question number 6. Principal is given, interest is given, rate is given. Find out the number of years. So time period is required. Again, the same thing you have to perform. Type 2500 on calculator, multiply by 100, then divided by the principal, which is 10,000. Also divided by 12.5. 12.5. The answer will be on your screen. So for question number 6, everyone is giving option number B, that is 2 years. Yes, option number B, 2 years is correct. And the 6th question can also be computed orally as well. If your mental calculation is bit good, then you can calculate this orally in just 2 seconds. See, principal is how much? Principal is 10,000. So what is the rate of interest? 12.5%. तो एक साल का इंटरेस्ट कितना हुआ? What will be the interest for 1 year? 1250. So what about 2 years? It will be 2500. ये सारी कैलकुलेशन ओरली हो सकती है within fraction of second or within 1 to 2 seconds. Because 10,000 का 12.5% 1250, it is for 1 year. Double किया तो 2 years का आ गया 2500. So in this way you can do your oral calculation as well. तो ओएल कैलकुलेशन अगर आपको आती कर सकते हैं, कैलकुलेटर पे कर सकते हैं और फॉर्मूला अप्लाई करना है, दैट इज आल्सो पॉसिबल. Okay, so now 7th one, principal is given, amount is given, rate is given, find out the time period. So again, first of all, calculate interest. Amount minus principal will give the interest. So interest will be 1,700. Now apply the calculation on your calculator. 1,700 multiply by 100 divided by 8,500 and then divided by 12.5. That is the rate. So answer will be on your screen. This is cancelled. So what is the final answer? So if you want, we can completely solve here as well. So let's write 1,700 as the interest, principal 8,500, then time period is unknown, rate is 12.5, and then time is t. So 2 zeros are cancelled. Now we can cancel 85 and 170. So 85 and 1,700, it will become 20. So 20 upon 12.5 is the time period. Now you can cancel them. So how much you are getting? 8 upon 5. And 8 upon 5 is 1.6 years. 1.6 years we are getting. Now 1.6 years means how much? See, 1.6 years means 1 year plus. Now this 0.6 years, if we want to convert this into number of months, then multiply with 12. Multiply with 12. If you want to convert 0.6 into number of years, multiply with 12. You will get 7.2 months. So 1 year and 7.2 months. If you round off, it becomes 1 year and 7 months. 1 year and 7 months. Option number A. Option number A becomes correct. All right. So in this way, we can calculate time period. Now the next one, that is 8. The sum required to earn a monthly interest of 1200 at 18% per annum. So monthly interest. So time period is monthly, that is 1 month. 1200 is interest I and rate is 18% per annum. So see, time is 1 month. Simple interest is 1200. Rate is 18% per annum. And now we have to calculate the principal. So let us apply the formula. Simple interest equal to principal into rate upon 100 multiplied by time. Time is always into number of years. So 1 month can be converted into years as 1 by 12. So it is 1 by 12 of the year. Now let's simplify. 3 and it is 2. So 1200 into 200 upon 3. How much it is coming? 400 into 200 becomes 80,000. So 80,000 is the principal amount. 80,000 is the principal. So अगर हम 80,000 rupees invest करते हैं at this 18% rate of interest, then monthly interest will be 1200 rupees. Monthly interest will be 1200 rupees. Okay, so this was option number C. Question number 8. Now, 9th one and 10th one are very interesting. You can mark important star questions. These are different but very easy again. Now, you have to apply the concept here and try to solve with less efforts. Okay, always try to solve them with less efforts. So a sum of money amounts to 6,200 in 2 years. 6,200 क्या है amount, but कब आ रहा है ये amount? After 2 years. And 7,200 is also the amount, but in 3 years. Then find the principal and rate of interest. So principal and principal. So if we invest the principal for 2 years, then amount is 6,200. And if we invest principal for 3 years, then amount is 7,400. So in दोनों amount में difference क्यों आ रहा है? Why there is a difference in these two? Because हमने 1 साल extra invest किया है, हमने 1 year additional invest किया है, तभी amount में difference आ रहा है. So इस additional 1 year की वजह से additional कितना पैसा मिल रहा है? Additional amount which we are receiving is 1200. So in short, this additional money is nothing but the interest for 1 year. This 1200 is nothing but the interest for 1 year. ये simply 1 साल का interest है जो हमने यहाँ से calculate किया. All right. This is very easy. दोनों का हमने डिफरेंस निकाला, इट इज 1200, टाइम का डिफरेंस निकाला, इट इज 1 ईयर। तो 1 ईयर का इंटरेस्ट कितना मिल रहा है आपको? 1200 रुपीज। नाउ वी हैव टू कैलकुलेट द प्रिंसिपल। अप्लाई द फॉर्मूला। 1200 is the interest, then principal, then multiply by time. So 1200 is the time period for, interest for 1 year. So it is the interest for 1 year. Now rate is also not available and principal is also not available. So अभी आप क्या कर सकते हैं? Now there is one very simple trick. Very simple trick. 6,200 is basically the amount, right? इस amount के अंदर क्या added है? Of course, interest is added. So if we subtract interest from amount, what we get? Principal. Okay. So 6,200 में कितनी years का interest included है? So the question says 2 years का interest included है. So let us subtract interest for 2 years. 1200 is for 1 year, another 1200 is for second year. दोनों साल का इंटरेस्ट आपने लेस कर दिया. You are left with 3,800. So this is your principal. This is the principal. Principal आ गया. Now you can substitute the value of principal. Write 3800 and now simplify. So rate will be 1200 upon 38. You will get your rate from this. तो इससे आपका रेट आ जाएगा कितना? 1200 divided by 38. Now you can check कितना रेट आ रहा है. How much is the rate coming? Yes, Prachi has given the same answer, 3,800. Naman says option A, Srishti A, Priyanshu A option. Great. So everyone has given option number A, which is 31.58%. So 31.58% is the correct answer. So principal was 3,800 and rate of interest is 31.58%. Okay. So this was the main trick in this question. तो हमने प्रिंसिपल को कैसे कैलकुलेट किया? अमाउंट माइनस इंटरेस्ट. अमाउंट इफ यू हैव टेकन 6,200 तो उसमें 2 इयर्स का इंटरेस्ट इंक्लूडेड है. So therefore 2 years का इंटरेस्ट हमने लेस कर दिया. You get the principal. और प्रिंसिपल आने के बाद रेट you can easily calculate by using the formula. Okay. Yasha says this can be done also using simultaneous equation. Yes, that is also the option. You can do with that. Answer बिल्कुल same आएगा. But हाँ, calculation में थोड़ी सी मुश्किल हो सकती है वहां पे. So it is better you can use this method. Now 10th one, again important one. So let's make some space here. So question number 10. A sum of money doubles itself in 10 years. Sum of money double होता है 10 years में. If principal is 100, then amount कितना होगा? Amount will be 200 because it is getting double, and for getting double it is taking 10 years. Okay. तो कितने टाइम में वो ट्रिपल होगा ये आपको बताना है. तो जब भी डबल तो you can calculate the rate first. So there is a shortcut way to calculate the rate. ये फॉर्मूला कब लगेगा? In case of double. जब भी डबल का क्वेश्चन है, रेट आपको कैलकुलेट करना है तो 100 डिवाइडेड बाय टाइम, 100 अपॉन टाइम. So 100 and what is the time? Time is 10 years. The rate will be 10%. So whenever double is written, this is the shortcut formula. If you want to calculate time, then shortcut formula will be 100 upon rate. टाइम निकालना है तो 100 अपॉन रेट, रेट अगर निकालना है तो 100 अपॉन टाइम. दिस कैन बी डन. ओके, सो रेट आपके पास आ गई 10%. अभी क्या बताना है, कितने टाइम में ट्रिपल होगा. सो ट्रिपल मींस 100 का कितना बनेगा, वो 300 बनेगा. तो व्हाट इज द शॉर्टकट फॉर ट्रिपल. ट्रिपल का शॉर्टकट है टाइम इज इक्वल टू 200 अपॉन रेट. Now 200 upon what is the rate? Rate आपने कैलकुलेट किया है अभी 10%, to divide by 10. So time will be 20 years. Time कितना आएगा, 20 years. Okay, so why we have taken 200? So this 200 is nothing but the interest, because principal 100 है, amount 300 है, तो interest कितना होगा, 200. तो interest आपका 200 है. नाउ एक साल में इंटरेस्ट आपका कितना अर्न हो रहा है, एक साल में अर्न हो रहा है आपका 10%, दैट इज 10 रुपीज. तो 200 अर्न करने में कितना टाइम लगेगा, दैट इज 20 इयर्स. तो 200 आपने, आपको टोटल अर्न करना है. एक साल में आपने अर्न किया 10, तो पूरा 200 अर्न करने में लगेंगे आपको 20 इयर्स. सो इन दिस वे यू कैन कैलकुलेट. So this is a short trick which is applicable here. So simple interest portion is done. Exercise number 8 is also done. So before proceeding forward, let us take a break of 5 minutes and then we will be continuing with the chapter. Okay. So let's have So welcome back, guys. Now, compound interest. The one of the interesting topic of this chapter. This is no doubt a bit of lengthy topic as compared to simple interest, but yes, many questions come from this topic, that is compound interest. So compound का मतलब क्या है? Compound का मतलब है interest पे interest. सिंपल में तो क्या होता है, हर बार इंटरेस्ट की कैलकुलेशन होती है ओनली ऑन द प्रिंसिपल. So in case of simple interest, interest is computed only on the principal, whereas in case of compounding, interest is computed on principal as well as the accumulated interest. Interest के ऊपर भी interest calculate होता है. So it is known as compounding. And compounding is known as the eighth wonder of the world. आठवां अजूबा इसको माना जाता है, because if we invest continuously और उस पर अगर compounding effect लग रहा है, तो वो पैसा इतना जल्दी ग्रो होगा which we cannot imagine, उतना imagine भी नहीं कर सकते, उतना ज्यादा उसमें ग्रोथ हमें मिल जाती है. Okay, so let us begin with the basic concept first. कि दोनों में कैसे डिफरेंस होता है सिंपल एंड कंपाउंड में. फर्स्ट वी आर डीलिंग विद दैट पोर्शन. सो लेट्स से द प्रिंसिपल इज रुपीज 10,000, राइट. प्रिंसिपल 10,000 है एंड रेट ऑफ इंटरेस्ट इज 10% पर एनम एंड टाइम पीरियड इज 3 years. टाइम इज 3 years. Now, if we invest this as per simple interest, अगर हम इसको simple interest के according invest करते हैं, तो after 3 years हमें कितना पैसा मिलेगा? How much we will receive after 3 years? So, talking about the interest portion will be 3,000, and the total amount will be how much? 13,000. Total amount will be principal plus interest, that is 13,000, right? Now, if we talk about the compounding, so in case of compounding, let's say the principal invested in year number 1 is 10,000. Okay, rate of interest is 10%. So interest will be 10% of 10,000. So 1,000 will be the interest. Now, if we add principal plus interest, we get amount. So what is the amount at the end of year 1? At the end of year 1, we will be getting 11,000 rupees. 11,000 rupees. Now, in second year, the amount of first year is treated as the principal. So here, the new principal will be 11,000. The new principal will be 11,000. So now we have to calculate 10% on this 11,000. So it will become 1,100. This is now 1,100. So what will be the amount? Amount will become 12,100. 12,100. Then in the third year, what will happen? This 12,000 will become the principal. Rate is 10%. So it will become 1,210. And the total amount will be 13,310. So here the interest portion will be 3,310. Now you can compare this with simple interest. So in case of simple interest, we were getting 3,000 rupees, but now we are getting 3,310. So in case of compounding, we are getting additional return. हमें एक्स्ट्रा इंटरेस्ट मिल रहा है, ज्यादा इंटरेस्ट मिल रहा है. So always compounding is better. So if rate of simple and compound is same, अगर दोनों का रेट सेम है, then compound interest is always better. तो कंपाउंड इंटरेस्ट ऑलवेज बेटर रहेगा, इसमें आपको हमेशा ज्यादा रिटर्न मिलेगा. तो दिस इज द कंपाउंडिंग सिस्टम. तो कंपाउंडिंग में इंटरेस्ट पे भी इंटरेस्ट मिल जाता है, जबकि सिंपल में ओनली ओरिजिनल प्रिंसिपल पे ही आपको इंटरेस्ट मिलता है. अंडरस्टूड एवरीवन? दिस इज द मेन की पॉइंट. नाउ Let's come on the example. Example number 11. Okay, before starting with the example, so let us write down the formulas for compound interest also. The first formula is for calculation of amount. How do we calculate amount? So it is principal, then multiply by 1 plus I whole to the power of n. Principal multiply by 1 plus I to the power of n. This is the formula for amount. Now, if you want to calculate compound interest, then amount minus principal. And one more thing can be done. In place of amount, if you write the complete formula, then take P as common. What is left? 1 plus I to the power of n minus 1. This is the compound interest. This is the compound interest principal, then 1 plus I whole to the power of n minus 1. So in this way, you can calculate the compound interest. All right. Understood, everyone? Great. So now, let's come on example number 1. Sorry, 11. Sign a deposit rupees 1 lakh in a nationalized bank for 3 years. So this 1 lakh is the principal. Time is 3 years. Rate of interest is 7% per annum. Calculate the interest that bank has to pay after 3 years if interest is compounded annually. If we have to calculate annually. So let's do this. Apply the formula. Amount equal to principal, then bracket 1 plus I to the power of n. Now, how much is the principal? 1 lakh. Then 1 plus. Now, in place of I, what we have to write? 7%, 7 upon 100 and power n. Time is 3 years. So 1 lakh. This can be written as 1.07 to the power of 3. Now, how do we calculate 1.07 to the power of 3? So see the trick here. Type 1.07 on the calculator. Press multiply and equal to for 2 times. पहले क्या किया हमने 1.07 लिखा, प्रेस मल्टीप्लाई इक्वल टू. जैसे ही आपने फर्स्ट टाइम इक्वल टू प्रेस किया, यू गेट स्क्वायर. नेक्स्ट हमें सिर्फ इक्वल टू प्रेस करना है. जैसे ही आपने एक और इक्वल टू प्रेस किया, यू गेट क्यूब. तो हमें 1.07 की पावर 3 निकालना है, क्यूब निकालना है. तो 1.07 प्रेस मल्टीप्लाई एंड इक्वल टू फॉर 2 टाइम्स. जो भी रिजल्ट आया, नाउ मल्टीप्लाई विद 1 lakh. Now see what is the result. Now check करो क्या रिजल्ट आपको मिल रहा है. So the final result which you are getting is it should be 1,22,504. This should be your result. So check and let me know the answer. You can check and let me know the answer. How much you are getting? Yes, Praveen has given the answer 122,504. So this 122,504 is known as amount. So this is the amount which we will be receiving at the end of 3 years. And what about interest? Interest will be 122,504 minus 1 lakh. So 22,504 will become the compound interest. So it will become the compound interest. So in this way, you can easily calculate interest. Okay. This is the system of compounding. Understood everyone? Now the next point is कंपाउंडिंग के साथ में एक वर्ड और आपको लिखा मिलेगा. वो क्या लिखा मिलेगा कि कंपाउंडिंग हमें कैसे करनी है. सो कंपाउंडिंग कैन बी एनुअली, इट मे बी सेमी एनुअली, then it might be quarterly, or it can be monthly, or it can be daily. तो कंपाउंडिंग कैसे भी हो सकता है, एनुअली, सेमी एनुअली, क्वार्टरली, मंथली और डेली. एनुअली का मतलब क्या हुआ, साल में एक बार कंपाउंडिंग. तो कंपाउंडिंग वंस इन अ ईयर, एक साल में एक बार आपको कंपाउंड करना है. जबकि सेमी एनुअली का मतलब क्या है, साल में दो बार, 2 times इन अ ईयर. तो सेमी एनुअली बेसिकली मीन हाफ ईयरली कंपाउंडिंग. तो एक साल में कितने हाफ ईयर्स आते हैं, 2 हाफ ईयर्स. So there are 2 half years in 1 year. So therefore semi annually का मतलब है 2 times आपको कंपाउंड करना पड़ेगा एक साल के अंदर. Then quarterly means how many quarters are there, 4 quarters are there. So 4 times आपको कंपाउंडिंग करना है. मंथली कितने मंथ्स होते हैं इन अ ईयर, 12 मंथ्स. तो आपको 12 टाइम्स कंपाउंडिंग करना है. एंड डेली, एक साल में कितने दिन होते हैं, 365. तो आपको 365 टाइम्स कंपाउंडिंग करना पड़ेगा इन 1 ईयर. तो जितनी बार कंपाउंडिंग करना है उसके अकॉर्डिंग ये नंबर आ जाता है आपके पास. Now what is the usage of this, इसका यूसेज क्या है. So see, if compounding is on annual basis then there is no problem. तो उसमें कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है. बट अगर सेमी एनुअली है then we have to change the rate and we have to change the time period. We have to change the rate and change the time period. So let's say the rate given is 12%. Rate given at 12% per annum. Per annum means it is annual rate. And time period, time, let's say it is 2 years. Time given to is 2 years. Now, अगर annual compounding है तो हमें rate क्या लेनी है, 12 as it is, no change. Time भी कितना लेना है, 2, there is no change. Okay. But अगर semi annually है, semi annually means एक साल में, तो 2 साल में कितनी बार कंपाउंड करेंगे, 4 बार, 4 times. तो जस्ट राइट हियर 4. क्या करेंगे यहाँ पे, 4 लिखेंगे, दैट इज 2 से मल्टीप्लाई करके, 2 से आपने मल्टीप्लाई कर लिया. इफ इट इज क्वार्टरली है तो 2 इयर्स में कितने क्वार्टर होंगे, 8 क्वार्टर्स इन 2 इयर्स. मंथली है देन हाउ मेनी मंथ्स इन 2 इयर्स, इट विल बी 24 मंथ्स. एंड इफ इट इज डेली तो हाउ मेनी डेज इन 2 इयर्स, 730 days. So this should be the time. टाइम में आपको ये नंबर लिखना पड़ेगा. What about the rate? रेट अगर कैलकुलेट करना है तो रेट कैलकुलेट करने के लिए आपको करना पड़ेगा डिवाइड. सो इफ रेट इज 12%, एनुअली में राइट एज इट इज 12. So 12 divided by 1 is 12. If it is semi annually तो रेट हाफ हो जाएगी, 12/2, it will give 6%. Quarterly, 12 divided by 4, 3%. Monthly, 12 divided by 12, 1%. Okay, so in this way you can write all your rates. So these are known as the conversion period. So in short आपको क्या ध्यान रखना है, जब भी कंपाउंडिंग का सिस्टम है तो रेट को क्या करेंगे, डिवाइड, एंड टाइम को क्या करेंगे, मल्टीप्लाई. रेट हो जाएगी डिवाइड, टाइम हो जाएगा मल्टीप्लाई. ऑलराइट, नाउ दिस वी हैव टू अप्लाई इन आवर क्वेश्चंस. So let us understand now. Example number 12. 12,000 So 2000 is invested at annual rate of interest 10%. What is the amount after 2 years? So this is the time period. If compounding is done annually, then semi-annually, then quarterly, and at last monthly. So here we have to do 4 questions. Okay, so I'm explaining all the above concept once again, but with the help of example. So let us calculate first annually. First portion annually. So in case of annually, rate will remain same 10%. Time will remain same 2 years. So you can write n here. N means the time period. So amount is equal to principal 2000, then 1 plus rate is 10%, that is 0.1 to the power of. Now calculate this on your calculator. 1.1 square multiplied by 2000. You will get 2420. 2420 becomes the amount. This is when the calculation is annual. But in case of semi-annually or half yearly, you have to change the rate. पूरे एक साल का रेट 10% है, तो हाफ ईयर का रेट भी कितना होगा? हाफ होगा. So therefore, rate will be 10 divided by 2. Rate will become 5%. And what about the time period? Multiply the time. 2 years multiplied by 2 half years. N is 4. So therefore, amount will be 2000, then 1 plus 0.05 to the power of 4. Now let's calculate and get the result. 2431. This is the amount. So अगर आपने annually calculate किया, amount was 2420, लेकिन semi annually में 2431. तो जितनी ज्यादा कंपाउंडिंग होगी उतना ज्यादा इंटरेस्ट, उतना ज्यादा अमाउंट आपको मिलेगा. So here the amount is 2431. Now let's try the third case, which is quarterly. Now in case of quarterly, rate will be divided by 4. Quarter means 4. So rate becomes 2.5%. 2.5%. And time will be multiplied by 4. So 8 quarters will be there. So amount equal to 2000, then 1 plus 0.025 whole to the power of 8. Now simplify this and get the result. Power 8 you have to calculate. So for the calculation of power 8, type 1.025 multiply and equal to. Equal to for how many times? 7 times. अगर पावर 8 है तो 7 टाइम इक्वल टू आपको प्रेस करना है. You will get the power 8. Then multiply by 2000. So how much you are getting this time? 2436.80. So again, it is bit more. पहले से ज्यादा हमें मिल रहा है इंटरेस्ट. And the last one, that is monthly compounding. Now monthly में आपका रेट कितना हो जाएगा? Rate will be 10 divided by 12. 10 divided by 12%. So you can write 10 upon 1200. And time will be 2 years multiplied by 12. It will become 24 months. 24 months. So amount equal to 2000, then 1 plus 1 plus how much is coming? It is 0.1, or you can write 10 upon 1200 whole to the power of 24. Whole to the power of 20. So this time, how much you are getting? 2440.58. So this is the amount. So जितनी ज्यादा आपने कंपाउंडिंग किया उतना ज्यादा ही आपका जो अमाउंट आपको मिलेगा. More times the compounding, more will be the amount, more will be the interest. So in the last case, we are getting the highest amount, that is 2440. All right. This was basically example number 12. Now the next one, that is 13th. So before we move on, question number 13, example number 13. Is there any doubt till question number 12? No? So in 12, we are having basically the 4 portions. The first was annually, semi-annually, then quarterly, and at last it was monthly. So 4 parts में आपने पूरे question को solve किया, and इसका result आ गया आपके पास. We have compared each and everything. Now it's time to apply this concept in different examples. So there is one question from Mr. Sundaran. He says how to calculate a compounding daily. Compounding daily means you have to put the power according to number of days. तो वो भी ऐसे ही calculate होगा. But yes, you don't, in exams you don't have to calculate such a long powers like more than 200, 300, 400. Such powers you don't have to calculate. So we have to mainly do till monthly only. Now in question number 13, okay, so let's say how to calculate power 24. See, very simple. Let's say if you want to calculate 1.1 to the power of 24, then type 1.1, press multiply, equal to how many times? 23 times. जितना भी पावर गिवन है उससे एक कम, जस्ट कीप डिफरेंस ऑफ 1. तो उतना इक्वल टू आपको प्रेस करना है, यू विल गेट द रिजल्ट. Now 13.1, determine the compound amount and compound interest. दोनों कैलकुलेट करना है, amount as well as interest. On rupees 1000, so rupees 1000 becomes the principal at 6%. 6% is the rate. Compounded semi-annually. So you have to convert. आपको convert करना पड़ेगा. Time is 6 years. So let us convert. N will be 6 into 2. So it will be 12 half years or 12 semi-annual years. What about rate? Rate is 6%. तो 6% का आपको रेट को चेंज करना पड़ेगा. It will become 3%. The rate will become 3%. Now apply the formula. Amount equal to 1000 multiplied by 1 plus 0.03 to the power of 12. Now this value is already given this time in the question. The value is 1.42576. So we can write as it is 1.42576. So how much we are getting? 1425.76. So 1425.76. This is your compound amount. So in this way, we can calculate the amount. And what about interest? Interest कितना आएगा? Amount minus principal, you will get the interest. All right. Okay, everyone. Now, example number 14. Let us begin with 14th one. Compute the compound interest on rupees 4,000. कंपाउंड इंटरेस्ट किस पे निकालना है? 4,000 पे कैलकुलेट करना है फॉर 1.5 years at 10% per annum compounded half yearly compounding है. So how we have to do? So this time again the principal is 4,000, time is 1.5 years, 10% is the rate, but since it is half yearly, so we have to convert. So n will be 1.5 multiplied by 2. It will become 3. Half yearly में time के लिए multiply by 2 and for rate it will be divided by 2. So rate will become 5%. Rate कितनी आ गई? 5%. Okay. Now, what is the formula? It is same amount equal to principal 1 plus I to the power of n. So in place of principal, we can write 4,000, then 1 plus 0.05 to the power of 3. Calculate 1.05 to the power of 3 on the calculator, multiply. So you are getting 4,630. This is your amount. Okay, this is your amount. So there is one basic doubt from Priyanshu. I haven't get the concept of multiplying by 2. See, it's very simple. Which is the first month? The first month is known as January. Then second month is February. Third month, March. Fourth, April. Fifth, May. Sixth, June. Seventh is July. Then August. 9th, September. 10th, October. 11th, November. And 12th one is December. Okay. So this 12 months is regarded as 1 year. So if you are talking about 12 months, it means 1 year. All right. Now, if this is basically yearly, if you are talking about half year means 6 months. If we are talking about half year का मतलब कितना हुआ? 6 months. तो एक पूरे 12 months में कितने half years होंगे? तो Jan to June, this is the first half. July to December becomes second half. तो कितने half year होते हैं 1 year में? So we can write 1 year is equal to 2 half years. 1 year is equal to 2 half years. Now, if you want to write quarterly, so quarterly means quarter means 1/4 of a year. 1/4 means 3 months, right? So 3 months के कितने क्वार्टर्स होते हैं एक साल में? Jan to March first quarter, April to June second quarter, July to September third quarter, October to December fourth quarter. So 1 year is equal to 4 quarters. एक साल में कितने क्वार्टर हो गए? 4. Then comes monthly. So 1 year is equal to how many months? 12 months. So जब भी आपको time given है, you have to convert according to this. So if time is 2 years, तो annually में आपको n कितना रखना है? 2. Half yearly में time कितना रखना है? So 2 multiplied by 2 becomes 4. 2 साल में कितने हाफ ईयर होंगे? तो 4 हाफ ईयर हो जाएंगे 2 years के अंदर. जब एक साल में 2 हाफ ईयर होते हैं तो 2 साल में ऑफ कोर्स कितने हाफ ईयर होंगे? 4. देन कम्स क्वार्टरली। क्वार्टरली में 2 इयर्स में कितने क्वार्टर होंगे? 8 क्वार्टर्स। मंथली 2 इयर्स में कितने मंथ्स होंगे? 24। इफ लेट्स से टाइम इज 5 इयर्स, तो ईयरली में तो आप एन क्या लेंगे? 5। हाफ ईयरली में एन क्या होगा? हाफ ईयरली का मतलब हो गया मल्टीप्लाई बाय 2, so it will be 10 half years. Quarterly multiply by 4, so there will be 20 quarters in 5 years. And monthly multiply by 12, so there will be 60 months in 5 years. Okay, so therefore इस तरीके से हमें मल्टीप्लाई करना है इन केस ऑफ टाइम पीरियड एंड डिवाइड करना है इन केस ऑफ रेट। ओके, तो मैंने पूरा कॉन्सेप्ट वापस से रिपीट कर दिया है। ओके ओके आयुषी, so this we have done example number 14. Now the next one, example number 15. Now it says, on what sum will the compound interest at 5% per annum for 2 years compounded annually be 1640? Now, what is 1640 in this given question? See, the language is very, very important. Okay, language is very important. तो 1640 क्या given है? So question is on what sum? So principal is required. Will the compound interest is 1640? So compound interest is 1640. Then rate is given 5%, time is 2 years. तो क्या find करना है? Principal. So we have written one formula for compound interest is equal to principal, then 1 plus I whole to the power of n minus 1. So in place of Ci, you can write 1640 equal to principal, then 1.05 to the power of n, n is 2 minus 1. Now let us simplify this. Let us simplify this and get the result. So it is P into 1.1025 minus 1. So principal will be 1640 upon 0.1025. That is 16,000. So once we have given the answer, 16,000 is the principal. Okay. Then Anshika is asking, why is the amount getting different when we change to compounding? Because compounding में interest के ऊपर भी interest मिलता है, इसलिए amount आपका change होगा, amount आपको ज़्यादा मिलेगा. All right. So this was example number 15. So Mansi has given the answer. Then Komal Preet is also given. Dhruv says, which are the formulas for compound interest? See, we have done in the beginning of compound interest, the formulas. These are the basic formulas of compound interest. The first one is to calculate amount. So amount is equal to principal, then 1 plus I whole to the power of n. Second formula was to calculate compound interest. So amount minus principal, or you can write principal bracket 1 plus I whole to the power of n minus 1. So in this way, you can find out compound interest. Okay. So these are the basic formulas for compound interest. So example number 15 is done. Final answer was 16,000. Now the 16th one. 16 is a bit different question, but important one. What annual rate of interest compounded annually doubles an investment in 7 years? तो क्वेश्चन की लैंग्वेज अभी बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है. What annual rate of interest? So rate we have to calculate. Compounding is annually, okay. Doubles an investment. So if the principal is P, then what will be the amount? Since the principal is getting doubled, amount कितना हो जाएगा आपका 2P. Time given is 7 years. Time given is 7 years. What you have to calculate? Rate. The rate is required. Okay. Apply the formula. Amount equal to principal 1 plus I whole to the power of n. In place of amount, you can write 2p. Then 1 plus I. I is not available. And power n is 7. Now p and p will get cancelled. Okay. So what is left? 2 is equal to 1 plus I to the power of 7. Now, the power 7 will go on other side. Power 7 को कहाँ भेजेंगे? Other side, and it will become reciprocal. So 2 to the power of 1 by 7 is equal to 1 plus I. 2 to the power of 1 by 7 is equal to 1 plus I. Now, इसकी value question में already given है. That is 1.10. So 1.104090 is equal to 1 plus I. So therefore, I will be 0.104090. If you want to calculate in terms of percentage, multiply by 100, you will get 10.41%. 10.41%. So Swati is asking which type of interest does bank apply? See, बैंक में अप्लाई होता है कंपाउंडिंग सिस्टम. इंटरेस्ट पे इंटरेस्ट आपको कैलकुलेट होता है. तो बैंक फॉलोज कंपाउंडिंग सिस्टम. सो इन दिस क्वेश्चन नंबर 16 हमारा मेन मुद्दा था टू कैलकुलेट रेट ऑफ इंटरेस्ट. बाकी सब गिवन था. तुमने एज इट इज फॉर्मूले में वैल्यू पुट की, रेट ऑफ इंटरेस्ट कैलकुलेट हो गया. Okay. Then Sahana says, how do we calculate a housing loan? That's yes. We will be doing this EMI calculation in our third session of the chapter. Third session में आपका annuity आएगा, every month installment, EMI को हम कैसे calculate करें, ये भी हम discuss करेंगे in our third session. But yes, in second session, annuity आपका start हो जाएगा, that is on 4th Tuesday. So Tuesday we will be finishing compound interest first and then begin with annuity, because annuity portion is a bit lengthy. उसमें थोड़ा सा practice ज़्यादा चाहिए, so it require more time. So simple and compound ज़्यादा time required नहीं. Then Mr. Yasha says, you took the class to the top level and no one teaches like this at soft sir. Great, thank you so much. Miss Anjali says, matrices syllabus में नहीं है. No, matrices is not in your syllabus. Matrices chapter was deleted 2-3 years back only. So ये आपके syllabus में बिल्कुल भी नहीं है. So example number 16 we have done. Now let us compute 17th also. In what time 8,000 amounts to 8,820 at 10% compounding half yearly? Okay. So what is given here? Principal and amount both are given. Rate is also given. Time calculate करना है and compounding is half yearly. So rate will also become half. 10 upon 2, that is 5%. 10 upon 2 becomes 5%. Now, next क्या करना है? Next we have to start with the formula. Amount is equal to principal 1 plus I whole to the power of n. Now, what is the amount? Amount is 8820 equal to principal 8000, then 1 plus I, to 1.05 whole to the power of time. Time is n. We don't know time. Time आपको calculate करना है. Now 8000 will go on other side and get divided. 8000 को आपने divide किया. Now divide करने से क्या result आ रहा है? You are getting 1.1025 is equal to 1.05 to the power of n. तो फर्स्ट स्टेप था फॉर्मूले में वैल्यू डाल दी, वैल्यू डाल के जितना पॉसिबल हुआ उतना सिंप्लीफाई हमने कर दिया. ना अब नेक्स्ट स्टेप क्या है? नेक्स्ट स्टेप इज n की प्लेस पर हम क्या वैल्यू रखें जिससे रिजल्ट आता है 1.1025. ओके, n की प्लेस पे आपको चेक करना है, पावर 1 रखें, पावर 2, पावर 3, पावर में क्या रखें जिससे 1.1025 आ जाए. तो ऑलवेज क्या करेंगे, कैलकुलेटर पे चेक करना है 1.05, प्रेस मल्टीप्लाई एंड इक्वल टू जैसे ही वन टाइम आपने किया इट बिकम्स स्क्वायर. नाउ जैसे ही आपका स्क्वायर कैलकुलेट हुआ यू गेट 1.1025 ऑन द कैलकुलेटर. दिस मींस वैल्यू ऑफ n इज 2. इससे क्या पता लगा, n की वैल्यू कितनी है आपकी 2. n इज इक्वल टू 2. बट यहां पर आंसर फिनिश नहीं होता है. ऑप्शन में आपको 1 ईयर 2 ईयर ऑप्शन में गिवन रहेगा, but 2 years is not the answer because these are the 2 half years. Question में half yearly rate given है, half yearly compounding है, so therefore n जो हमारा कैलकुलेट हुआ है ये half year के टर्म्स में करना कैलकुलेट हुआ है. So if there are 2 half years, so how many years will be there? So 2 half years makes 1 complete year. So therefore time is equal to 2 by 2, that is 1 year. So 1 year is the correct answer. Okay. 1 year becomes the correct answer. Shravani says, I am so active in your class because of your teaching. It's very interesting. That's great. Anshika says, please provide some extra questions. Yes, I will upload extra questions of this chapter today on the application. Dhruv is saying class kab tak hai? Class is up to 4 p.m. So everyone is getting the answer. 2 conversion period and time is 1 year. Okay. Now let's do one more question for today's session, and remaining we will be doing in our next class. Okay. So let us understand example number 18 very carefully. Find out the rate percent per annum. So again, we have to calculate rate. If 2 lakhs amount to 231,525, so principal is given, amount is also given in 1.5 year. So time is also given, and compounding is done on half yearly basis. So since it is half yearly, so time will be multiplied by 2. So 1.5 into 2. So time we have to write 3. And rate is required now. Apply the same formula, you will get the answer. Apply the same formula. So amount is 231,525 is equal to 2 lakh, then 1 plus I. So 1 plus I whole to the power of 3. Okay. Now what will happen? 2 lakh will go on other side and get divided. अभी आपको divide करना है, and here it is 1 plus I to the power of 3. Now what is the next step? Power 3 यहाँ पे है, अगर power 3 दूसरी साइड जाएगा, it will become 1 by 3. That is the cubic root. So you have to do the cubic root. So 1 point, how much we are getting the division? 1.157625 is equal to 1 plus I to the power of 3. Okay. Now you can try using options also, or you can try using cubic root. If you try using options, you can write, if you try 5%, so it will be 1.05 to the power of 3. So 1.05 multiply equal to for 2 times. You will get your answer 1.157625. This will be your answer. That means if you put 5% in place of I, you are getting the result. So here your I is 5%, but this 5% is for half year. The 5% rate is for half year. What will be the rate for complete year? 6 months की rate अगर 5% है, तो 12 months की rate कितनी होगी? Just multiply by 2, it will become 10%. So the correct rate will be 10%. All right. So the final answer will be your 10%. So this last step is very much important. We have to convert this into annual rate. So 5% was for the 6 months, and annual rate will be 5 into 2, that is 10%. So everyone has given the answer, 10%. Yes, so today we will be doing till example number 18 only, and in the next class we have to do the remaining examples. The remaining examples are till 24. After that there will be exercise 4b. This is completely based on compound, and then we will begin with NUT topic. So this NUT topic is also a bit lengthy, so it will take some time. And where is the summary? Let's bring the summary, please. So this is the basically summary. So let us revise what we have discussed today. So time value of money basically means the value of unity of money is different in different time period. That means rupee की value हर वक्त अलग अलग होती है. आज जो 1 रुपये की value है, 1 साल बाद उसकी value इतनी नहीं रहेगी, थोड़ी कम हो जाएगी. उसके और आगे जाएंगे तो उसकी वैल्यू और कम हो जाएगी. तो जैसे जैसे हम आगे बढ़ते हैं, मनी की वैल्यू या मनी की वर्थ कम होने लगती है. 100 रुपीस का जो वैल्यू है 1980s में बहुत ज्यादा था, 90 में थोड़ा कम हुआ, 2000 में और कम हुआ, और आज की डेट में 100 रुपीस का वर्थ बहुत कम है. सो दिस डिनोट्स टाइम वैल्यू ऑफ मनी. देन सिंपल इंटरेस्ट में हमने फॉर्मूला कवर किया. सिंपल इंटरेस्ट इज इक्वल टू प्रिंसिपल मल्टीप्लाई बाय आई मल्टीप्लाई बाय टाइम. देन अगर आपको इंटरेस्ट कैलकुलेट करना है इन अनदर वे, देन इट इज अमाउंट माइनस प्रिंसिपल. Devjyoti is asking how to do cube root in calculator. We have done in the previous session also how we calculate cubic root on calculator. So if there is doubt in that, we can discuss again in the next session. So let me know in the beginning of next session. So I will be sharing you how to calculate again cubic root, fifth root, seventh root on the calculator. All right. And then we had started with compound also. Amount is equal to principal 1 plus I whole to the power of n. So these were the two main concepts we have done today. We have covered today. So let's meet again after today's. So till then, bye everyone. Take care and see you soon.